All right, so as we go over this Unit 1 test, the first thing that I want you to notice right here is that as you are going to grade yourself, you can only grade yourself up to a 3 on this group test. The reason for that being is a 3 is you've done the things we've done in class, you can do those, no problem. A 4 means you have to take what we've done and you have to apply it to something new. You have to extend your knowledge. So we're not going to grade up to a 4 here in this activity, but know that on the summative, you can absolutely earn a 4. So for the following, what we're going to do is we're going to go page by page, where I'm going to go through it and talk to you about how I would grade this. You check your work and ask questions. So each of these patterns is going to be written in some way. You might have it as a graph, you might have it as a table, you might have it as a visual pattern, like we have here in number 1. It asks us first to describe the pattern in words. First thing I have to do is figure out what's going on. One way I do this is I just kind of mark which ones were new. 1, 2, 3, those were new. And then on the next figure, 1, 2, 3 new ones. So what's happening? We add 3 dots each figure. We need to make sure that you address both each figure and the number of dots. So just add 3 dots is not enough. You have to say every or each one figure. Each time we go over one figure. Okay, so when we make a table, we got to include labels. Let's check that off because we're going to put figure on the left and dots on the right. Started with figure 1, each one figure, so I'm going to go up one figure at a time. There were 3 dots in figure 1, 6 dots in figure 2, 9 dots in figure 3. Since we're adding 3 more each figure, we're going to go up to 12 and then to 15. Okay, for our graph, we got to label it. So label the axes. We're going to use those same ones. Figure is going to go on the x-axis. Figure. And then dots on the y-axis. Okay. Figure 1 had 3 dots. Figure 2 has 6. Figure 3 has 9. Figure 4 has 12. Figure 5, 15 doesn't fit, so we're not going to fit it on there. So we've included our labels. Should this be continuous or discrete? Well, we're not going to have in between figure 1 and figure 2, and we're counting the number of circles, so we know that this should be discrete. So I'm not going to connect them. Right? We are counting dots. It's something that happens from one figure to figure 2. There's nothing gradually happening all the time. It just happens. This is linear because we are adding. And this is increasing because it's going uphill. Up and right. The second one, we're dealing with bacteria and hours. So I'm going to put hours on the left and bacteria on the right. Okay. It says at the beginning. At the beginning is 0 hours. And then each hour, so it's going to go up by 1. At the beginning, there were 4,000 bacteria. Each hour, 1/4 of them remain. So we're going to multiply this by 1/4. 1,000. 250. It's a 62.5. And then this one is 16.1. No, it's 15.575. Okay. Again, plotting those. 1 is at 1,000. 2 is at 250. 3 is at 62.5. And even lower as we're going this way. What are the labels going to be? Again, bacteria on the Y, because that's our output. And hours. This is decreasing because it's going downhill. This is exponential because it's curved. Or because it's multiplying, either way. And then we get to, is this continuous or is this discrete? Right. At no point can we have half of a bacteria. We are counting the bacteria. This is discrete. Okay, so not all the in-betweens make sense. We are counting bacteria. So again, that one's discrete. This third one is a different pattern. We see it as a graph, so we're allowed to make a table. The axes are labeled. They're a little hard to see, but we can see them right there. That's our y, and that's our x. So our x is time, and our y is height. We can grab a couple of those points. The time is 0, the height is 6. The time is 2, the height is 5. The time is 4, the height is 4. So we got to figure out what's going on each time. Okay, well, the time is going up by 2. So we're going to go 6, then 8. And the height is going down by 1, 3, 2. This pattern is decreasing because it's going downhill. Or you're subtracting each time. The height is getting less. It is linear because you're subtracting, not multiplying or dividing. And this is continuous because it's connected. So describe the pattern in words. Every 2 minutes, because the x, the time is going up by 2, the height decreases by 1 meter. That's what we're looking for. And it says, what vocabulary words do we use when describing patterns? We use this idea of increasing or decreasing. We use linear and exponential. We use continuous. Sorry about that. Continuous and discrete. We use labels, among other things. We talk about uphill or downhill. We talk about adding and subtracting. We talk about connected, disconnected. But those are just examples of what's going on there. Okay.